Today we're looking at the latest circuit board I've done. This is a very, very simple board. I did the concept, schematic, layout, and ordered this PCB in like maybe 4 hours, so very, very quick. This is the finished PCB. It's in I think a 15 up, 14 up or whatever. This just makes manufacturing easier, so it's the same circuit board repeated multiple times, and then they just put little V-scores on it so that after you've made it, you can break them off. Just makes it easier to make. This is the actual schematic, and it is the entire schematic. All I have here is a hysteretic comparator with a reference. So this has a built-in voltage reference, which I'm using to add hysteresis, so that basically when these fans turn on at 30 degrees C, they don't just immediately turn back off again at 29. The hysteresis on this is about, the turn on is about 30 degrees C, and the turn off is about 20 degrees C. It is an analog circuit, so and it's not calibrated in any way, so about 30 degrees C. When the enclosure hits about 30 C, it's going to turn on, and when it drops below about 20 C, it will turn off. This circuit board, so again, here it was on a panel, and here it is actually mounted on the 1500 watt grid charger. This circuit board is, of course, only for the 1500 watt grid charger, and it really cleans up the previous iteration, which didn't have a circuit board at all. I had actually glued a MOSFET back here, which is now part of the circuit board itself. So rather than using, you know, a through-hole part, I'm now just using an SMT. So again, very simple circuit here. What it is it's powered by the power good signal coming out of the power supply, which is 5 volts. And so that way, when the power good is good, then this circuit becomes live, and if the temperature is over 30 C, it will turn on, and if it's under 20, it will turn off. It does start in the off state, so until you hit 30, you know, if it's 25 degrees C in your house or wherever you're charging, you know, it will start off, and then as soon as this heats up, it'll turn on. This circuit board, all it does is solve, oh, sorry, I have a timer going off here, doing all kinds of things. So yeah, this circuit board solves the problem of when it's really cold outside. These fans in the existing Fomaco units are just always on whenever the grid charger is charging, and now they will only turn on when it gets hot. So this is actually plugged in right now, and it's actually on. And so if we take a heat gun and we're going to just heat this up, the temperature sensor is basically right here on the circuit board, and the circuit board has nothing on the back so that I can flush mount it to the case, and so that the heat will come through it here. So you can see that our fans just turned on, and you'll see that as this cools back down to room temperature, it's probably in the mid 70s right here, Fahrenheit, so 23, 25. I could tell you the exact temperature here. Yeah, it's 73 Fahrenheit, so maybe 22 Celsius, thereabouts. So this is going to stay on until it drops below 20. Of course, that's not going to happen in here because it is a little warm. So we've got our friend, the duster there. So as soon as we cool that down, the fans turn back off. I will, of course, test this at a more temperature-controlled setting, but it does work conceptually. If I do have to, I can change these resistor values to control the hysteresis a little bit more, but otherwise it's pretty much done. Ship it, right? Installing this is a little more work than I thought it was going to be. It's not that bad, but I do think that, you know, if you want this on your existing Fomaco LiBCM kit, if you built your own kit from scratch, which is still amazing, we had one person do that so far, then obviously this isn't going to be a problem at all. But you really you have to come in here, you have to cut some of the harnesses. I have a bunch of them, so I can grab another one here. This is again, oh, this is plugged in. I should probably unplug this. Don't want to get electrocuted here. Let me unplug this real quick. So I'm going to grab another one. Perfect. So this is how I shipped the first batch here, and you can see in here that I've got this glue And that's basically to glue a transistor. It's an N-channel MOSFET that is controlling the fans. It's basically powered by the 12-volt aux that this thing generates. And so you basically have to cut that off. You've got to change this fan here. So previously this fan over here just routes, and I soldered it to that fan in there, which was a lot of work. I should have designed this PCB on the version 1, didn't. Here we are now. So yeah, if you do want to install this, it's certainly an approachable project, but you will have to, of course, take your middle tray out. All of the new kits that I ship out after, February 8th, or I don't even know what date it is, 10th, no idea. All the kits that ship after February 10th, 2024 will already have the PCB installed. But if you had purchased one in 2023 or January of 2024, then if you want to upgrade this, then it is a little bit of work. If you'd rather, you can send me this entire middle tray. You will need to package it well. Hopefully you kept the original packaging. These are very easily damaged if they're not shipped properly. So that is an option. You can ship them to me, or you can just not install the circuit board. You would only really need to install this circuit board if you are getting into the negative degrees Celsius. So if you're getting and staying below freezing for like days or weeks at a time, then you might want this, because otherwise these fans, whenever you're charging, are going to be cooling your pack while it's trying to heat itself. So if you don't have the pack heater, then you probably don't need to install this PCB, because you're probably not in a cold environment. If you do have the pack heater and you want the fans to stay off when it's below 20 degrees Celsius, then you can install this PCB. So as always, thanks for watching. I've got one other thing here. I'm basically almost done. I'm wrapping up doing all of these batteries here. This is what I've been doing since these arrived, I don't know, 10 days ago. It has been a lot of work. So it is what it is. But here are almost all of them done. I have 12 left there. So out of 200 modules, I have 12 left up there to do. And then these are the only ones left that are kind of in a state of being done. They're in some state, but those are the 12 out of 200 that I haven't touched yet. So it is almost done, and then I will hopefully get back to being more responsive on the forums and shipping products. This is what I've been doing. It's a huge time sink, because this is the bottleneck. I know I've already talked about it, but I basically have to feed this thing a new battery every 30 to 40 minutes all day, and as much as I'm up at the night. So it's the first thing I do when I wake up. I literally change one of these, and then I change them every 30 minutes all day until maybe 3 or 4 in the morning when I go to bed, and then I just repeat. And so that's the bottleneck. All of these modules are waiting to go through that. So whatever. And you probably noticed it is just an old LiBCM. I know I've talked about it already. Yeah, so anyway, yes, thanks for watching. These PCBs will be ready soon. I've got a couple hours probably of V&V to just make sure that they're working as I intended. Obviously, conceptually they are, but I need to kind of make sure they turn on and off at specific temperatures, so that specifically they don't not turn on when they're hot. That's the most worrisome part, because you don't want this thing to overheat, which it does have safety precautions. It will turn off, but obviously you don't want it to overheat. So anyway, have a good day.